You called for me, Exalted One. I have come at your beckoning. Yes. The search goes on for the canopic jars which hold your internal organs. We have searched, but I fear that the punishment for which you were so wrongfully accused has had them spread across the country. The realms of the pharaohs of old spread vast across this land. It is unknown where they may be at this stage. But fear not, Exalted One. We shall find them. You will be whole again. And if the scripture bears truth, with each you will gain further power. Back to your old self again. No, Exalted One, I do not avert my eyes. Your current form is beautiful in its own right. Though the passage of time has been cruel, the rituals, the ceremonies of mummification were brutal unto your body. There is still so much of your vigor that is left. A beauty in and of itself. I am once again humbled to stand in your presence. Exalted One, may I ask a question? Thank you. Please enlighten a poor soul such as I, a meager follower. What is it that you intend to do now that you are returned to this realm? I see. And of course, I will follow. Follow in every way that I am able. My purpose, my reason for being, is to serve one such as you. I am curious about what the realm beyond was like. But I also dare not ask. How can one ask that? Forbidden knowledge of a place that was so cruel, so harsh to one so undeserving. Forgive me. I have overstepped my mark, my position. You are too kind. far too kind to one as humble as I. I am led to believe that you have met the council, those which you, well, those which lead we of your followers. Their faces, when they had heard that the ritual had worked and you had returned to us. The shock, the awe, the majesty. From disbelief through to power, desire, joy, ecstasy. And a little, perhaps greed. If I may be so bold, Exalted One, please, please keep your guard up. There are many among your followers, like I, who would dedicate ourselves, mind, body, and soul to you and your cause, your desires, your whims. But there are some. I repeat myself, do I not? I have issued this warning before. But all the same, I fear what will happen if I do not speak my mind. May I ask a question? Thank you. Why do you call me here? I am no higher echelon of the council. I am no ritual master. I am meager follower. One that was placed to watch over your body. Observer. I do not lead any rite or ritual. But I know your life story well. Written in the hieroglyphics. The condemnation. And the papyrus scrolls. They have taught us much from your followers of old. Those who were persecuted after your downfall. Oh yes, Exalted One. You still had many followers. They spread across the land, traveling down the Nile. It was difficult for them to maintain their belief, their desire to follow your teachings. It was hard to convince the high priests that you had been unfairly judged. From what the scrolls say, it seems that they struggled with convincing anyone that there was an error in the scales, that your punishment was unjust, and many, many of them died for it. But the teachings lived on. We constantly sought for a way to bring you back to us. Some here, within your community, were born into it, passed from parent to child, across the generations, the centuries, the millennia. Others came to learn of it in texts, studies, quizzical minds of academia, those which you may know as philosophers and scholars. Their curiosity pushed them beyond the propaganda of how history has been painted. There is a phrase we have here now, which is that history is painted by the winners. History is written by the victors. For no one who wins a battle will ever portray themselves as the villain. But some minds can see beyond that. They can see past blatant disregard of your values, your virtues, all that we know you to be. And see with clear eyes all that you are. Forgive me. I find myself overcome with emotion. For most of my life, I have dedicated to you, in the hope that one day you would be returned to us. But in all honesty, I never dared to hope that that day would come. Thousands of years have passed. Centuries upon centuries have passed. Centuries upon centuries of your followers, handing down the teachings, scattering them so they may not be destroyed, and being rediscovered by those of us who search to learn more, to understand and to bring you back to us. I can only imagine the joy that the followers that have passed on from this life must feel, knowing that their efforts were not in vain, that there was purpose behind their sacrifice. And now, you are here. And though time has not been kind, though your body is but a shell of what it once was, we shall rejuvenate you. You will be whole again. Of that I promise. I may make this promise idly, but I mean it with all my heart. There is no greater purpose of my existence. And as you will not age, the only time we waste is that of my meager existence. Do you believe in the reincarnation of the soul, Exalted One? Some faiths of this land believe that the soul passes on to the great beyond and is reborn into bodies anew. I often wonder if my soul was one of your followers. Or maybe several generations of followers. For when I discovered this purpose, when I discovered the truth in you, everything fell into place, and I finally felt at home. Thank you, Exalted One. The meager gratitude of one of your followers may not be much to one as exquisite as yourself, but it is all-consuming to my existence. This was part 2 of The Worshipper.